Hey guys, cat lover here. I'm outside my house the morning after Hurricane Milton devastated this place, and yeah, it's windy still. It's still windy out here. According to the weather radar, Milton is just offshore now as a Category 1 hurricane, just like they said. So, there is a lot of tree damage everywhere, widespread damage. Our power went out yesterday for about 3 minutes, and it came back on. But Lake County, they lost their power last night. Apparently, there was a transformer that exploded, and it had blue sparks, and their power has probably been out ever since. Because Lake County they're not ideal with power. Look at this, a lot of stuff stuck to the fence. All these tree shrubs, and the beautiful driveway is messed up now. Look at this. And I was out here too during the hurricane force winds, and they were pretty strong. I think this is the second worst hurricane I've been in. The first one being Irma back in 2017. I was like 6 or 7 when that one landed. She tore some stuff up too in Naples and Fort Myers and them. But Milton, on the other hand, came right through Central Florida. He went right through the gut like that. So, and he was a 2 by the time he was still in Central Florida. So, yeah. I got a lot of cleaning up to do once the sun comes out and dries stuff up. Makes it a million times easier cleaning up. See through that trail right there, my neighbor's, a bunch of his tree limbs fell during the hurricane. And it's still windy out here. We're not going to have no hurricane force winds anymore. Now that Milton's offshore. But I checked the radar, there is a little bit of a squall. A little small band of rain we're still going to have at about, I want to say 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So we are probably going to get another heavy downpour before this thing leaves out of the state for good. Right now, he has currently sustained winds at 80 miles an hour in the Atlantic Ocean. He will weaken as he goes further away from Florida. And I don't want my birthday ruined because in 2 days from now is my birthday. I don't want my birthday ruined. So, I'll keep you guys posted. Look at that. Keep you guys posted, but there's not really much to report now that the hurricane's basically gone. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm safe. Yeah. Basically, Lake County, which is where my sister lives, she lost her power. It's been out ever since last night when that transformer exploded and there was blue sparks. So yeah. I mean, you don't play with Mother Nature though. Look at all that. All those tree shrubs from the palmetto tree. That's a palmetto tree right there. It's been here for probably about 15 years. We've been through a lot of hurricanes here. Hurricane Ian, Hurricane Charlie, Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Dorian. We've been through a lot of hurricanes here in Florida. I've been through a bunch of hurricanes. Yes, I've been through about 6 hurricanes since we moved here back in September 2021. I've been through Ian, Nicole, Adalia, Debbie, Helene, and now Milton. This is the 6th hurricane we've been through. So, yeah. Whew. If you're wondering if you live upstate or you live, let's say, Arizona, uh, you don't want to move to Florida necessarily because we always have hurricanes out here in Florida. You're not going to stop Mother Nature. You don't mess with Mother Nature. That's what they say. Now you had this tree shrub right here that fell during the hurricane. Now that the hurricane's pretty much gone offshore, uh, there's still kind of a slight pull to the wind. But last night, what we noticed was there was kind of a clockwise rotation And you never want to see that in the middle of a hurricane. That means that there's probably a tornado. We were under a tornado watch all night, and I think we still are under a tornado watch. So, yeah, you never want to see a freaking spin up, a rotation, because that can mean that there's a tornado near you somewhere. And there was lightning too. No thunder though. That's not a good sign. That means there's a tornado. I mean, we were in a widespread for a tornado threat here in Ocala, if you guys remember, and widespread power outages and expected flash flooding. So the wind gusts were about 60 to 73 miles an hour. I think some of them were like 80 miles an hour though, at least. It was really strong. Like you could kind of barely stand in it. That's how strong the winds were. So no wonder why Lake County and we lost our power earlier. We lost our power yesterday for about 3 to 4 minutes, and we have Seco Energy, and it came right back on. Now Lake County, when we had Hurricane Irma years ago, we lost our power for about 2 days before it came back on. To find out that a transformer had blown up again. Out there where I used to live, the apartment complex, it has like transformer electric boxes, like the green boxes and stuff that have transformers. So anytime something hits one of those or a lightning strikes them or something, it's gonna explode that transformer, and that's gonna cause your power to go out. And that's a Seago energy truck over there, guys. Yeah, it's a eerie quietness now that the hurricane is gone. I hate hurricanes because at nighttime you can't see it. It just gives you a false sense. That's why I was praying to God that this hurricane would just hit during the daytime. Unfortunately, it ended up hitting at nighttime. So we probably got a lot to do. We got to obviously clean up this yard, and then probably got to clean those gutters because I know they're full of leaves and stuff now. And uh, probably just assess the overall damage. I don't think there's any damage to the house though. Any windows or anything, nothing broke, which is good. You never want to see breaking windows in the middle of a Category 4 hurricane. Tampa, they're underwater. They're hammered. They're kind of screwed because they're underwater in some spots because that storm surge came ashore in Tampa Bay, Sarasota area. If you guys noticed though, there was a little bit of a wobble to the south, meaning he just kind of grazed Tampa, Bradenton area. He hit Sarasota, which is kind of what I was thinking was going to happen because of that wind shear in the atmosphere. Hurricanes don't like dry air, so it's going to take the easier path with the more wet air. So yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. This is about easily 4 palmetto shrubs. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 shrubs. So obviously we got a little bit of damage. Who cares? It's just a tree. At least it's not the roof caving in because the tree fell on it. I wonder what my neighbor's. Oh, the neighbor's tree is still good. Those 2 palmettos over there. I thought they were gonna fall in this hurricane. I thought Milton was gonna lay them out, but I guess not. So there's a lot of stuff out here. This there's a lot of problems out here. You got a hurricane. This is kind of the elderly residents that live out here. They're gonna panic. They're gonna freak out. They're probably well, they've probably been through many hurricanes. I mean, Hurricane Charlie, stuff like that. This happens every single time we get a hurricane. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go in about 5 minutes because I don't want to make you guys feel like I'm burdening you. So yeah, let's go check the backyard. I wonder what that looks like. I forgot to show you guys my backyard. A lot of you might be saying, "You forgot the backyard." Instead, but yeah, let's move this out the way. Boy, this yard is gonna need a lot. It's gonna need the lawn mowed afterwards too. You know, I always. Ooh, it needs a lot now. But the hurricane could have been a lot worse. Originally, it was supposed to hit us as a 3 in Central Florida. He weakened to a 2 before he even came to Central Florida. Originally, he was supposed to be over us as a 2. He was a 1 by the time he wasn't even here yet. So I knew he was going to be a low cat 2 or a cat 1 by the time he got to us. So let's assess it out here. Okay, just some pieces of leaves stuck to the fence. Oh my god. Look at this. Ah, tree limb fell. Look at this. This happens every time we get a hurricane. It happened with Helene. It happened with Debbie. It happened with Adalia, Ian, Nicole. All of them. Look. That is just insane what a hurricane can do. And it's still windy out here, guys. My concerns are over now because hurricanes offshore. They said by about 8 a.m., Milton will be offshore as a Cat 1 hurricane. You guys remember the rabbit? He's in my sister's room, my second oldest sister's room. He's in her room. She didn't want him to take any chances riding out the hurricane out here. You don't want to take chances with your animals. If you're told to evacuate, do so. Don't just sit there and hope for the best. Let's see what we got here. I mean, I don't study meteorology and stuff, but I can tell you right now that hurricane has been a historic landfall in Tampa right now. And see, there's no point in picking up any debris because the wind gusts that are blowing this way, are just gonna keep blowing stuff down. So it's like, why pick it up? Ow, I just stepped on something. Well, you know it's gonna happen again. So, I mean, think we can take this. I can take this. I'll take it. It's just some shrub damage. You know, I'll take it. It's just some damage. Minor hurricane damage. I hate having trees around us though. Man, does it get on my nerves. It's like, oh my god. All this tree shrubs and stuff now that we have to pick up. That technically isn't even our mess. We heard something fall on one of the fences last night. But I just went back there and none of the fences are falling down or anything. You're not gonna uproot no whole tree in no hurricane like that. If we're talking Hurricane Dorian type scenario, yeah, maybe. You saw what he did to the Bahamas. He hit them pretty good as a major Category 5 Atlantic hurricane with 185-mile-an-hour winds. Hurricane Dorian still broke some records. Hurricane Milton broke records. You saw by Cancun he was a 5, and then he weakened to a 4, re-strengthened back to a 5, and weakened back down to a 4, and de-strengthened to a 3 before he hit, and just kept weakening to a 2 and then to a 1. He's a 1 right now, still. So, I thought we weren't going to have any power. So my mom was saying we should just get a generator. But I was like, well, you know what? Let's just see what this hurricane does. And let's just see if we can ride it out with power still. Over 1 million customers, actually over 2 billion people are without power right now in the state of Florida, which is not as bad as Irma. Irma was 6 million people across the state without electricity. We were one of those 6 million people. So, under your guys' question is, was Milton bad? My answer is yes. Uh, Milton was bad in this area, and here's why. So they didn't tell you guys that if you're in that right quadrant of the storm, that's where most of the tornadoes happen, the spin ups, rotations happen. And we were in that. We were in the orange, which is you never want to be in the orange or red, or even the pink, because that can mean there's possibly a spin up tornado. So yeah, I wish I had recorded last night, but I don't want to. I didn't want to get my phone speaker messed up in the hurricane force gust. But man, it was insane out here. You can hear just an angry tug to the wind. It was blowing this way, then blowing that way, blowing this way, blowing that way. That's not a good sign because hurricanes usually they just blow one direction. That, my friend, was the sign of a tornado. I think actually one probably did touch down most likely. I can guarantee you a tornado most likely touched down somewhere in this part of Florida. I can assure you, I'd be willing to bet that a tornado touched down somewhere in this area. Maple tree. Ah, gotta love it. Don't love it. Might just throw it. It's not that serious. I know a lot of people are probably waiting for the flooding to go down in their area before they clean up. But just like I said, the reason why I was telling everybody we shouldn't panic because Ocala, Florida is inland, but we are known for having tornadoes out here. We've had about 3 confirmed different tornadoes. So we're inland. We're not going to get a crazy storm surge like I was trying to say. But we are going to still feel those hurricane force winds as he comes ashore and some possible flooding. It got up to about 4 inches out here. And then the drains did the rest of the work. So they're predicting 8 to 12 inches of rain, which I was slightly concerned about. I was like, maybe we should get some sandbags. But I found out pretty soon we were going to be fine. Just some minor flooding and some minor inconveniences. Obviously, it would stink not having power. Like most people across the state, how they still don't have electricity the day after Milton made landfall as a Category 3 major hurricane in Tampa, Florida. Not Tampa, but Sarasota, Bradenton, Tampa area. I'm pretty sure these people I know in this blue house down here, they're 2 old people. Pretty sure they evacuated because of the hurricane. They weren't wrong to do so now, because we did have some hurricane force winds of about 80, I'd say 85-mile-an-hour gusts. Now it's eerily calm now that the storm is offshore. Hear how quiet it is? It's really quiet now, which is kind of scaring me. I look at this and I think, is there a tornado? I don't see no rotating clouds now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't see no rotating clouds, so I'm not too concerned with that. I mean, I look at it and it's like, I don't even know if there are any rotations, which could mean there's a tornado around you. Overall, I'd say this hurricane packed a punch. That's all I'm gonna say. He packed a big punch. Oh, Where I step in? What the heck, bro? Dog poop. Ah. Anyways, like I was saying, uh, ugh, boy, I'm irritated. I just stepped on something. Ow, 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 ow. Anyways, say he packed a punch. I think a lot of businesses are still closed because of the hurricane, because of that wind threat. I stepped in dog poop, but I had to rinse it off my foot with some water from the hose. But yeah, I know I said I was gonna cut it off 5 minutes ago. I'm eating for this time in about 2 minutes, or actually about maybe another 5 minutes. I'll cut the food. Oh my god, I'll cut the what's the name? Cut the footage and upload it for you guys to view it. And then I might go live too, assessing the damage. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go live, so I'm gonna leave you guys to it.